Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Croatia, in which the Croatian Empire has expanded to yet another region. Because in the previous episode, it was mainly about the Croatian-Japanese War, which is just to take control of several key provinces. And those provinces are Chikuzen, Bungo, So, Satsuma. Come on, click on it, dummy. Tsushima, Seatsu, Owari, Shoruga, Musashi, and Tokachi, in which we even freed the small nation of Ainu, as their native names have returned. But it is interestingly a republic, noble elite, so it's a princedom rather than a council, so that's what they went for. Okay, so but anyways, why these areas? Well, look at the trade goods. Tokachi's got coal, which we're currently cornering right now. Musashi has fish, but it's due to center trade. Shuruga's got tea. Owari has dyes, and that makes it very attractive. Setsu has Chinaware. So has silk. Chikuzen has coal. Bungo has tropical wood. Satsuma tea. And Tsushima, more Chinaware. I did not take the gold provinces because we've been getting more gold from Africa for the ongoing Croatian colonization of Africa. We've just been a bit lucky with those. And as well as the real possibility of our next big conflict, which will take place in Africa. Because our next target potentially will be against Kilwa. I want to control all those centers of trade as much as I can from them, as I have a very good excuse for that. But the problem is, Kilwa is guaranteed by revolutionary France, but they viewed France as a rival. So attack one of their allies, and then they'll join a war, and then we can definitely beat them up in many different fronts. But though, do not underestimate them. They got a big army and an even bigger navy. So that requires a great effort. A grade A effort to what we do. And as well as fighting all the other African forces who are allied with Kilwa. So Croatia's next big war in the future will be against Kilwa because, you know, company expansion, as we do have a trade company in Zanzibar, East African Charter, but East African company, but we don't earn that much money there. In fact, that's one of the lowest we've earned. I mean, it's low right now because of overextension as we're trying to core these Japanese provinces that we just took, which will take 3 years, so we get a resting period of 3 years. Once the separatism, any possibility of that settles down, and then we can get right to work. Oh, and as for the merchant here, I have an unassigned merchant, thanks to having full control of the Nippon Trade Node. Well, not full control, but majority control. More so when your extension goes away. Now, where would I send you is another question. There is one other area that goes in Nippon, and that's Guri. Which we do have some control there as we transfer some of it to Siberia. And you know, there's some of that goes from California. You only transfer this much to Mexico. You know, we do earn some degree of money, of trade money through, let me see, what's valuable. This has some value to it, but obviously the outgoing is the Caribbean and Ohio, but oh, it doesn't go to Chesapeake Bay. Oh, okay, I get it. it's due to all that. Hey, Brazil, you know, that goes to Ivory Coast, which is a bit more valuable, and we have a lot of control there. Okay, I'll send you to Brazil. Transfer trade power, and hopefully it... Well, actually, there's one way out. I thought about it. Just to add more of that. And also, we ought to make company investments regarding broker exchange, which that will have the entire same area, local goods produced up, which we have not been doing that. Because think of those places that you have. So put one here, 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 and there. And there. You haven't really been doing that because, I mean, production efficiency is one thing, but a slight increase in local goods produced ups the trade value of the area. So it would be of the utmost importance because you've been conquering provinces, but you haven't made any investments. Including these newly won areas. Yeah, we're just making heavy investments. Spending a lot of money for this. And of course, when that's fully cored, I'll be sure to invest to increase this. War tax reduction is good, but even better for reduced general cost. That would be grand. And I'd like to make Musashi a world port here. Because, you know, this is where modern-day Tokyo is located. Profiteering in Johor. The citizens of Johor have grown tired of local influence of the greedy Pahang merchants that they claim to be using unfair advantage to outcompete local business. They demand we step in the limit of influence of foreign traders on the area and reaffirm the privileges to our merchants and artisans. If we do not act, they might take the matters in their own hands. Must protect our trade. There's always a catch to this. Another reason why I said Kilwa next target. Grow Cloves in Zanzibar. We gotta take Zanzibar. That's what we must do. $2.13 to Ivory Coast. Every little bit helps. Again, this will never happen unless we have the English channel, but yeah. Of course, once you all settle down and once I get these ships repaired, we're going to be sending it to Africa. Speaking of Africa. I think we found our target of who to start a war against. Tubaka. It's connected. So we can go overland with. But again, we have not formed a Great Lakes company there because there's no reason to. It's too little in value. But making them as a state would not do. Would be better if it's just a territory and leave it at such. Alright, ready? Because I don't think there'll be any form of separatism. Not with these kind of percentages. We'll be fine. Also, where's the main fleet? Okay, because I'm gonna send you to here. Alright, first off, we're gonna drop you off in Singapore. Every good is good. Well, how about with that? See? Master of the Mint has passed. But we still have the usury forgiven him. There'll be no inflation. Oh, good, an accepted culture. Well, let's raise a little more money first before we hire him. Ready to depart? None of these areas are likely to rebel. It's not an issue. Well, there's that idea. Converted these to the Catholic. I mean, yes, it's going to cost you money, but when you complete it, then there's going to be more, bonuses. Despite all that. $56 ships. Hold that thought. Oh, what the heck? Okay, hang on. All together now. There you go. That's gonna cost you. Alright, come on, let's get out of here. Africa awaits. Isn't our army grand? Our grand army is so grand that it is marching from one victory to another. Experience from these victories positively impacts recruitment and training of new soldiers. For the next 10 years, Croatia gets grander armies, so it costs less to get more infantry and cavalry. Refuse to extend rights, that's for... Yeah, they're pretty influential. Isn't there something like that if they get too influential? No. Gonna drop you off to Mombasa. And after that, bring it back to Japan. Oh dear, here we go again. Advancement of the merchant classes. The state of the burghers does not rest on the same old traditions that of the clergy. Instead, they make their own fortunes by working diligently and then risking a profit to expand their business. As a rule, this has gone very well for them lately. While not as prestigious, is it business in many ways. A backbone of our economy, and through the control of the coins, the burghers have managed to increase their power over our country. 80% influence. If they get too much, it would be a plutocratic coup if it gets all the way over there. And it would have the following effects, and that is a much lower morale of armies, manpower, land force modifier, and prestige. Ooh. Don't give them too much influence the next time you make a decision like that. Please remember, we are not a merchant republic. We are a parliamentary republic with imperialist ambitions. One must think. And due to their very high influence, it really helps with the trade efficiency, and I thank them for that. Not to mention they have more land than all the other estates. Now, go get me an advisor. Dong Hai is going across. Wait one more month. Go Africa. Again, preparing for the upcoming conflict. Not all. What else? Oh yes, hire a new advisor. We just dropped you guys off. Genoa. Revolutionary War against Milan. Frankfurt, Liège, and Munich. Well, here we go again. Well, no need to worry. Our European armies that are stationed up there will take care of them. Austrian revolutionaries. Oh, they're under banned. Austria could go revolutionary. And Milan could be revolutionary as well. Well, let's just keep it on our toes then. Scatter. You depart in a month. While meanwhile, Spain wants to spread a revolution. In fact, compared to the Daily Mughals playthrough, I think this is this particular timeline, this particular playthrough. This has more revolutionary countries than the other. Surprised that Spanish has not touched the Congo. I think they were guaranteed. I thought about it. You are now going to be stationed in Mombasa. The Navy needs you. Just a lot of sea travel. Just for future reference of get to positions so we can, you know, fight against the killing forces. He's now self-sustaining. And Gogo's soon too. If we ever get lucky. It's the one with the gold province. Ready? Well, actually you remain there. Because we're to go pick up one more army. Forgot about these guys. Hey, you're stuck there. Because we never thought about you. Oh, those sons of beewaxes. Maybe we should bring them over too, because these are the guys supposed to guard colonial interests. But they can assist whenever we're fighting against smaller armies. And should there be any native uprisings, we'll put them down. Probably have to... well, you know. Wasteland. Can be colonized. So much room. What's the trade value of Zanzibar? 45.7 versus after those improvements we made and more improvements to be made in future. Slightly less valuable than Nippon, but until it's under our control, we aim to change that. Hey, you forgot about the advisor. He's only 35. Production efficiency, natural scientist. Out of curiosity, do we have a... No. What I was hoping for is we get another trader advisor. So that way we can, you know, increase mercantilism a little bit more. Which I'll have to do that right now, now that we thought about it. I mean, this Liberty Desire has calmed down a little. Especially with that negative modifier I had when I broke an alliance with one of them because I refused to join one of their silly wars. Again, love to have another merchant coming from the West India Company. Well, current percentage of mercantilism is 37%, which again, provincial trade power modifier. And the burghers will be a little more loyal to us, thanks to the mercantilism. A little more, if we can. So, do it. Both of them. Allied to rival Karaman. Right. Got it. You know, now that you're all present, you should be drilling the armies. You have not done that in a long time. Every little bit helps. Ready for transport? You know what? That's good enough. Come on. We gotta go pick up these other guys from down there. Still will no longer steer trade. Well, the old treaty expired. This is a good one. For increased siege ability, so we can take areas faster. An increase of land force would be very good. That's the reason why I've been very intensive about the expansion of trade and mercantilism and all that, as a means to try to get more income through trade, so we can use that money to expand the land force limit, which we do have the means for it. And once it's all said and done, obviously, have to expand all these armies that are in the Balkans throughout. From 20,000 to 30,000, from 25,000 to 30,000. Their size will be increased. Expanding the military and possibly create whole new armies afterwards. It's not going to be enough manpower where we can last a world war, but it's certainly a good one. Thank you very much. You know what I haven't done in a long time? Hey, old friend, can you give me some money for, I don't know, something that I could come up? You're like a bank to me. That's the real question. What the hell am I going to do with that money? This, for example? Basically upgrade any buildings as centers traded to marketplaces, from marketplace to stock exchange where available. Get ready to depart in a month or so. Naval thought suffering. Oh, the trial. Hang on. My most noble prince, your eldest son is on trial for corruption and bribery. There is no doubt that the charges are true. The conviction of your eldest son would be a serious personal blow to me. On the other hand, we could, of course, interfere in the trial and secure his innocence. I'll take the hit. See him acquitted. France, those bastards. That makes uprisings likely. If these don't get done by next summer, then we may have a problem. So, hang on. With our attention shifting further from the Navy to the Army, some of our mastership have decided to seek employment elsewhere. This caused some of our shipyards to suffer. The Great Prince may be able to convince someone to stay, as I am a navigator. I'm a Navy man, even though I'm leading in land army. But you get the idea. Might have to give them harsh treatment soon. But we're trying to get rid of corruption rather quickly. We ought to depart this June. Oh, I know what we could do. Now that I see that option. What to do with that money? Any fleet that has old ship types to be upgraded. They have to be upgraded by today's standards. gentleman and an officer. Alright, boys, let's skedaddle to Africa. Now, anyways, a code of conduct we tried to imprint in every officer's mind before he left our country to work as army instructors in one of our protectorates might not have been time wasted. We have received a message applauding and expressing how impressive the behavior and strict discipline these officers show. And we, as a whole country, should be proud that we have managed to make a gentleman out of our officers. We couldn't be prouder. Son. There they are. Allied of Ming. Ming Empire? God blast it! Reason I yelped like that, because, you know, allied with Ming. Ming Empire's gonna get involved because of you. No, they broke an alliance. You know, it's a royal marriage, and why did they not get involved? It's rather strange. Pegu is involved, which is, you know, right down there. And it's imperialist war, obviously. I think they can handle it. So no, the Ming Empire is not involved in this war. It'll be easy for them. And their navies can handle it. As you were. We're not going to start the war against Kilwa immediately. Because they're currently fighting their own war. And Mogadishu started. Make land connections. Send them to. There you go. Just try to hold on, okay? Just wait till these provinces are cored. Milan Lachkovich and his family, a merchant family from Rijeka, has come to greatly expand our long-range trade with Khmer. Even though we're at war with them, by successfully establishing ourselves in both Chaktamuk and the Cambodian hinterlands, they have become very influential in both our societies and very rich. This is a situation we could probably make use of. Do you find that strange, people? We're at war with Khmer, and yet this involves this. I mean, after all, we do have a merchant present in Siam, just to send money to Malacca, one of the most valuable trade nodes in the world. But I do want a trader in as an advisor, and as of our culture. No, give me him. I need him. Now listen. We don't need improved relations, so we're gonna have to fire this man. Plus, he's cheaper. Plus, when you have a trader advisor, there's a chance of increased mercantilism. And you know how I am when it comes to mercantilism. I encourage it! sir. Now, what else can we do? Now that everybody's present and counted for? Well, until the army stopped drilling, so... For a conflict against Kilwa, we already own Mombasa. Again, targets. Malindi, Pate, Kilwa, Zanzibar, possibly Salafa, Crevelaine, Inhabane, and over in Madagascar, Menabe, and Vatamandru. I did my best to try to pronounce these African name sounding places, even though culture, East Bantu culture mainly. But don't give me any ideas I would be expanding through them. Just almost there. What do I gotta do? Seems mercantilism is enough, but perhaps more will have to do. Don't make me increase tariffs coming from you. Because we only make 3.85 from tariffs. And look at how much we're making through trade. So the overall income is, wow, that high. Even though we do have a trader advisor now. You know, if you wanted it to, you could do it just like what you did with the Mughal Empire and become an economic hegemon, but the world will hate you for that. So I don't think we need to do that. So, coming soon. The big war in Africa. Really? Trading in Chinaware gives you more yearly Republican tradition. We better keep that up. So how much is that in percentage? 20, 30%. I mean, after all, I did make company investments to have more goods produced. When the devastation is lowered, that is. And production efficiency. And if there's room, if there is room, then we could build manufactories. Yeah, definite room. There's room for that. And don't forget, you own certain other provinces that produces Chinaware. Bribes growing more accepted. Hang on here. 1795 will be the year. What is the difference between an honest man and a fool? The fool doesn't know he's being swindled. So goes the increasingly common saying in Croatia. A spirit of which is proven through a more sinister change in social fabric. Bribes are beginning to be seen as a natural consequence of the market, where any action carries a price. Those who refuse to take bribes are viewed as precisely what the saying suggests. Fools. Worse than fools, since they are deliberately refusing money that could be theirs. The consequence of this cynicism is that any form of power truly corrupts, and no one believes it is immune, not even the great prince. It's still just a saying. More corruption. Alright, the large Passag fleet will take care of. Pegu is out. Okay, I told you they'll take care of things. What makes you think I felt so worried? I'm not gonna get worked up over something. So... Oh, Cossack aggression. Moving quickly by boat or on horseback, the Cossacks of the steppes are very adept raiders. Such raids have lately laid waste to the Timurid countryside, and even major cities some way from our borders. As the Cossacks responsible are based inside our borders, the Timurids have now demanded both compensation for the culprits to be brought to justice. The matter is beyond our control. If the Timurids don't like it, they don't like it. If they try to attack us, that means you attacked me, Karaman, Akkonulu, Mamluks, Commonwealth, and my old friends, Tuscany and Genoa, my only two Italian allies. And of course the colonies, should they get involved. Now, as we were saying, so Tumbaka would likely be the country to declare war against. That's the only way to bring Kilwa over. Because other countries like Revolutionary Mutapa is down there. Bunyoro is up there. Makua is down there. So that'll be easiest. Like to make preparations. Come here. When those colonists arrive in a couple of days, you are to take their position to protect the colonies while the soldiers go to war, and the navy to devastate their navy. But keep in mind, they are aggressive. Take your positions. It's time. Alright, stop drilling. Both of you. About to get ourselves involved pretty big here, and we have to cover all bases and directions for Croatian Central Africa. And these so-called colonial troops are to protect them and themselves. When the morale's restored all the way up, begin the war. Now that they're fully cored, let's get to work. Furnaces to be built. That adds goods, produce modifier, and before you do that, look, goods produced, it's 25. 10 to manufactories, and we already have furnaces in Kosovo, Din, and Sumblum. And now we're gonna get 2 from Japan. That's for starters. Yeah, there's these marketplaces you haven't really... Okay, actually that will come first, and then we'll build a furnace during the war. This doesn't have a stock exchange. These people are far behind. What were they thinking? And as for all the other areas, despite the low development, wait, where's the one with the Chinaware? Tsushima, right. Get rid of that. Let's keep up with that bonus of Chinaware. Republic of Tradition, that's very good. That's because of what it looks like right now. pressman offices for more sailors. That will have to do. Very valuable. It's already got a manufacturer. Okay, good. Every little bit of else is fine. Nope. Manufacturing. 1800. And it'll be 1801 for over there. For more coal. Dang, already. It's that aggressiveness. Move to this position. Again, their armies are large, but they're not invincible. Oh, okay. A great Catholic trader. But this is for Australia. Australia. We already have a trader here, so we should not ask what they can do for us. What is good for them is good for us. Have a little more trade power over there, then we can just send more to the Moluccas. What's the final trade power? 62. And you really helped its value. Now you got all this trade power again. Happy with that now. Bring our final income for now. And look at how much we are making. Tell you what, after the African War, then we'll start expanding the military. Finally. We're in positions. Hope you know what you're doing. It would be wise to get another general, as we're having a shortage of generals lately. You'll do. Josip Srinsky. 3 siege, so he's our siege man here. But he's great at everything overall. You know, we're putting him on a less drilled army. Actually, switch places. And get me an admiral. That one will have to be assigned to the old Mediterranean fleet. Oh wow, that guy's still around? He's got to be old as dirt by now. Okay. It feels like he was around forever, to be honest. We should be drilling European armies. You know what? Go get some rest. Jesus Christ! Look at that! Transfer him to the African front. Forget about that, man. Don't care if that army is less skilled than the others. The ones who are going to be in the front lines are the best of the best. And as for this one, he'll be there too. The rest of you lackeys. Lackeys, slackers. What are a derogatory term? Drill. Might as well for the Cossacks. Drill. Now what about for that navy? Oh, he'll probably manage this one for now. So finally, some damn good generals these days. I did not want to spend military power that much, but it had to be done. Thus taking it for a long time to get Grand Army modifier. Right, let's begin. Declare war against Timbuktu, which we're only doing this just to get Kilwa in the war, so we don't have to face revolutionary France. Alright, off and on. Knowing whom we're up against, and there's this many of us out there versus that many of them, especially with 82,000 strong. But I believe it's the talent of our generals and the performance of our troops will be the difference makers, but it's entirely possible we might have to bring reinforcements from the Balkans. Especially bring the Cossacks over here. Forget about the drilling. Get to Atina. We might have to bring you over here for additional reinforcements. Knowing our colonial troops will be kept separate because they're here to protect the colonies. This is a rather risky move here. Knowing that they are involved. So we can't cover all fronts. In fact, that will be your first task. Go pick up the well, actually no, wait for the enemy fleets to be destroyed so we can guarantee safe passage. Got it. 80 ships will be in action because there's a lot of them out there. We might have to call upon the old Mediterranean fleet to swing on over and head to here. What are you doing standing there? Get moving. That's their main fleet out there. There's a lot more room. You have to head to Atina. Go pick up the Cossacks. We might need them. I have not seen combat in a long time ever since we started expanding companies. So we have to guarantee their safe passage out of there. But based on what's visible, it looks like it may be so. Hey! Engage. They're mainly light ships. We can sink them down. And we found more of their army positions out there. More ships at sea. More ships incoming as we sunk them all and captured a few. And once you're done taking them on, gotta return to Mombasa for repairs. They have some decent fortification levels, but nothing that could stop us. But remember, Thanks to our current Grand Prince of Croatia, we have a ship durability. Head straight for the capital. One would think we're gonna knock them out of the war early, but not necessarily. Command after Council. That's their flagship. Break them down. Come on. We might lose a ship or two for this. Don't fail me now, Ma. Transport ships. They've been getting good dice rolls against us. They captured a few of our ships. We're getting outnumbered here. Where are you guys? Where's the fleet of Dragon Tolovich? Oh, there you are. You may have to withdraw out of here. Get out of there. Taking too much losses here. Catch a few of our ships. Regroup. Regroup if you can. They have maritime ideas, that's one thing. Naval leader maneuver. Ah, so they're more familiar with naval warfare compared to us. It's just they got the best of us. It's because we don't have any other good admirals on duty, one would think. Oh, here comes the heavy artillery. New Croatia from out of nowhere, and we'll be coming to assist them soon. See who's got the better nerve. The guy's got high maneuver. That war is over there. Now focus on this one. You bloody old man. Get in there. Find safe passage over here. I know what they're here for. Good dice roll. Good for you. Come on. You kicked them out too early. Get out of there. Withdraw immediately so we can all regroup and we'll all come together as one. Come on, think of your damn game plan. It's good that you took the capital, but it's bad because we have not taken the other important objective, Zanzibar. It's just across from us. You go take care of that country. We'll be coming down to take this one. All together now. We'll get Zanzibar later. What the hell are we doing? They're going down to the Mozambique Channel. I guess Suarez Bay, they're giving us safe passage. For now. A religious local philanthropist has begun to create schools and educate them in the way of the Catholic faith. Of course, there are those who would argue it's non-activity without risk. Excellent initiative. Remember that stock exchanges so you can build more buildings over in Japan. We gotta go chase them down. Don't let them harm our colonial troops. Just scaring them into heading this way. Finally, the Cossacks will arrive just to join the land campaign. Just take the objective, but we'll have to take care of most of this and eventually get across sea and again just take about as much coastal centers of trade as negotiations as possible. And those colonial forces are coming with us, if they're bringing troops inland or not. Any help is appreciated. Some more than others. There's some value. But focus! Focus on the objective at hand. Need a new general. Not as good, but he'll do. I'm here to cover you. Continue along the coast. While the fleets will be in repair. As all took a beating. But we gotta stick together. Can't let them win. Trading in ivory. Diplomatic reputation +2. Alright. What's that in percentage? Well, it's because you're taking provinces that has ivory. You're occupying them, so it doesn't really count for that much. You're not going to get the full bonuses till you occupy certain areas. So please, calm down. Walking through native territory. Hold it right there. So since they're going through native territory, they're likely to pop up just to slow them down. You know, we don't care. You're Cossacks. You can take anyone on. Again, we sunk plenty of them. It's just there were a lot of them. Got them both. Fear the Cossacks. For the company. Jesus Christ, look at them. How many ships they bring to the table here. They're not quite ready for combat. Give it about 2 months and then they'll be back in action. Hey! Japan! Coal here. It'll be done in 1800. Actually, no, that's this one. Okay. Anything else? It needs textile manufacturing because it's silk. You don't get enough of those around here. Oh yeah, I didn't bother with this. There's tea. A mill. Already has a manufacturing. One's under construction. Oh yes. Start throwing money on that. Wait one day? Okay. Do it again. Throw about as much money as you can. One more. Come back later. Trading in tropical wood. That's for reduction development cost. That's because you are occupying territory. Again, that contains certain, things. But maybe for future reference, we should build more mills for more tropical wood. You get all these benefits. So maybe perhaps we'll think about it. But please not right now. Also continue. It is done. The deed is done. So now it costs less to get a general if you need one. But if you want to do this one more time, get it up to 5,000. If you want the full benefits. And yet compare that to the other wonder over in Hindustan, in India. This one which you have not invested this at all, which is a shame, really. Because you should really do that. Think of the naval tradition and admiral cost reduction. Alright, who's going to volunteer to take you? You're the siege master. And you help out for starters. Oh, hunt the enemy. Hey, we found them. Russia's still around? Well, what little's left of them? The Jolla Famine. The Croatian Guinea Company has transformed the agricultural landscape of Jolla, where once the fields grew for food for a local populace. The company now requires them to focus heavily on cash crops. This short-sighted policy aimed at immediate profits backfired as a particularly severe drought has gripped Jolla. Unable to grow enough food to feed the people, the company bears much responsibility for the famine and starvation to come. Profits before people. Ooh. For 5 years. Well, there goes the ivory. Combined armies. They're gonna want their capital back. Hold it right here. Although it's not wise to stay here. Get up there. No, not until I occupy all your territories. Okay, Navy is to be back in action. Ones that contain transport, don't send them. Let's get a little bit of vengeance, shall we? More will be on the way. Please be patient. We'll be with you shortly. What the? 95% of surrender or some odd, and all they got was disease outbreak of the troops, so capital hasn't fell yet. Son of a beeswax! We only sunk one ship and they ran off. Bastards. Grand shipyard. Oh, there's that best admiral of theirs. Don't let him leave. Don't let him escape. This is going to be where that last stand is. But they'll be escaping in time. Crud. Okay, not crud. We lost 2 light ships. Sunk 3 more. Damn the Kilwa Navy. Yeah, we took plenty of casualties on that one. I was about to say, Yemen ought to not join that war. Well, it's not their war, to be honest. There they are again. Yes. Shall be pillaged. You got it. Trading in paper up. Again, could be temporary because of relevant territorial occupations. And we'll take one more territory out of you. Hey, go help with that siege, you dummy. We're coming down. That's what I want to hear from you. No desire for territories further up. But any kind of pillaging is appreciated. Helps with the development for Zagreb. Now get back down here. Ships are ready for action again because they're fully repaired. Just doesn't compare. Remember, Matamba is just down there. Seeds of greatness. Take the lessons of the Enlightenment and the out of the. So you get what the event says, but this is for the Bulgaria. Good for them. Let the other ships catch up, damn it. They have to get a new initiative for this. Really? Well, who's the new great power now? Vijayana, of course. Lost more ships because of them. Where do they get such courage? I find it rather distressing. Or maybe it's from captured ships, now that I thought about it. Finish him off. Just as we're waiting for. And I'll be willing to finish it up. And of course, I'm not going to get revolutionary ideals as I am about to, you know, plan on taking a bunch of provinces out of them, but since they're not the war leader here, so we might not get all of it. And don't forget Zanzibar. That area is still there. No leader up here. Oh my goodness. He either died of old age or was killed in action. But wait for the battle. No, he wasn't killed in action, but says unfortunate passing. So, old age then. What? We may never know. He was 56. There goes our ship durability. No need to delay it any longer. You gotta pick one. Military candidate, because we're trying to get the military power to get that last idea. He is calm. Get up! What are you waiting for? 204 days. Ready for action. See too if we could finally best them. Sunni zealots in Madagascar. Go take care of them and then we'll go carpet siege all of this. Take them both out if we can. The angry man from Capitan. Roberto Saldini, a poet and scholar from Capitanata, has made a name for himself among his Neapolitan brethren by distributing a large number of nationalist pamphlets, even composing a Neapolitan national anthem, denouncing what he describes as Croatian oppression and drawing on the ideals of the Spanish Revolution. He calls on his countrymen to pack their bags, quit their homeland, and seek freedom in the promised land of the New World. It seems his words struck a chord among the Neapolitan people, with one influential nobleman praising him as the hottest arched Neapolitan person I've ever met. Already, many of his countrymen, radicalized by his ideas, are departing for revolutionary Brazil. Oh God. We cannot permit this migration to the colonies because it's not Croatian. Doesn't appear there's unrest increasing. I think it may have been spreading the revolution again. Rukwa's got livestock. You got Zanzibar, and here they come. No admiral this time. But what gives these bastards so much hope? Come here. He took the real objective of the war, Zanzibar. Again, I want to break their will. But I think it's likely that we could probably take some, but not all, of the trade, centers of trade. Well, Zanzibar is most important. Keep that well in mind. Kilwa would be grand to have. And as well as areas that contains, well, we already have the ivory. There used to be slaves in Zanzibar, but that's to be replaced. Grand shipyard here. 32 days. You are out. Move on. Hey, since you're going that way. Hey! Kill him. Blockading them now. Mamluks is considered a great power. And sense up. Circassia is now gone revolutionary in the area. Bunch of companies there. Which pretty much tells you they have so much money because of all that trade that they make, and are using mercenaries. They don't have any trade ideas, oddly enough. Maybe we should forget about Madagascar. Mainland better. And this has ivory and trade. Says, okay, I'll be sure to take that territory too. Just to connect. If need be. Son of a beeswax, we didn't get good dice rolls and they sunk one of ours. Again. No, you misread that. You sunk one of theirs and then they leave. Have I been reading this wrong all along? Am I nuts? More livestock. Hey! Throw money into that later. Seems we're almost done here. Trading in slaves, global tariffs jump way up. Well, no need to do that. And we could finally enact a government reform. Let's see. Advisor cost reduction is good. Middle autonomy territories is kind of like whatever to me. Because we can never get that down, and what difference does it make? So we are fully expansionist and a few other things. It's not going to go down anytime soon. That's what trade companies are for. And this, for maximum agricultures, unnecessary. Because I never have time to accept all the others. If I was to accept one, it would be the Turkish. Because of Zagreb. So I have no choice but to go for appointment by committee. Let us abandon arbitrary appointments to governmental offices. Committees shall be established to decide on the best candidate for a given role to ensure that administrative competence is the norm of our realm. I mean, at least it'll be nice to reduce it, but how does that affect an income? A little much. And I don't think it'll ever happen that we'll get to the question of dictatorship. Because this playthrough will end before we even get to that final government reform. But if I was to pick one, I mean, this is for turning it to a theocracy or revert back to monarchy as we were originally. I would go for straighten executive powers to increase the maximum absolutism, because this has severely lacking in absolutism. Of course, more absolutism means you're going to have more revolutionary ideas up in your, you know. I think we have no choice but to go to Madagascar and deal with them too. I mean, the war is won. It's just, need to get those ships ready. Send them over. And get down here. No! God, no. Scram. Get out of there. Nobody got sunk. We're able to save them in time. Sneaky sons of beeswaxes. Get ready to depart. Invade Madagascar, so we can get a favorable peace deal on the war score. It's gonna be an island where they'll have nowhere to run. All ships are repaired. They're ready for action again. Which is rather surprising. Because we need to continue beating them up. Oh look, more. Gotta get rid of that flagship, one way or another. Sunk 3 more of theirs. Just chopping down the tree bit by bit. Okay, you know what? You got us into trouble in the first place. I suggest you link up with the fleet of Stepan Zubic. Right now. Let's go get him. Get ready for transport. All of you. Don't care how much attrition you take. You have to split up. One of our cardinals in Croatia has proven to be a skilled administrator and already provides useful advice to the Great Prince. At this point, making an administrator in our government almost be a formality. Only a formality. But an important formality nonetheless. Says he may grow powerful, yet having a cardinal in our service would certainly allow his credibility with the Pope and strengthen the sentiment of Croatia as a Catholic nation first and foremost. Opinion of heretics. By heretics you mean the Orthodox around here. Might cause problems a little later, so I'll say he ate us well so far, so let's get the formality over with. Yes, son. More papal influence. Yikes. Wait for the others to ride, you damn fool. Why are you so damn slow? You're the one that gets us in trouble more than any other. Got rid of the last of their ships, so now they're hopelessly defenseless. Let's make repairs one last time. Now the combined number of these transports, let me see. Yeah, it actually don't fit everyone here. It's a miracle in itself. But wait for it. It's 91% war score. They're gonna waste their time killing each other. Let's move out. Christ, look at him. Ready to land? Actually... oh, it's already been decided. Get the idea. Establish a land till we beat the heck out of them, fully occupy Madagascar, and then we'll, we actually got a few left behind. Crud. I was hoping that would never happen. Okay, we made established a landing here. So far, so good. Got an assigned merchant. Now, where do you come from? West India Company. Alright, we made it up. What to do with you is another question. You know what, I don't have time for that right now. Just focus on the war. We'll worry about any more newer merchants later. Because we established a foothold right here, right now. And we gotta go beat up their armies one more time. Yeah, we'll take the road across the penalty, but our generals will best them. disagreements over company purchases. We are acquired by conflict over our purchase. Treaties recognizing the company ownership of said has become disputed. Land brokers in the Croatian Nippon Company insist that their rightful territory extends somewhat farther than the land they currently administer. Their insistence is motivated by the fact that the land in question has been valued particularly highly by the brokers, who are now insisting that Japan recognize the company ownership of the border area. Japanese officials have not reacted kindly to the unexpected expansionism and demand adherence to their interpretation of the treaties. Do I care about diplomatic reputation? Actually, yeah, just this once. Let it go. We do not need this land. We're fine. We got other land to take anyhow. 99% war score. Alright, who's the man? You're the man. I say that because you're the siege master. Got this called center trade to take over. You gotta go this way. Move out. It's almost over. Just a few key areas to occupy, and then we'll begin negotiations. Kilwa flagship captured. During the battle against the Kilwa fleet, we managed to capture Bagamoyo, the flagship that they prided themselves so much in the past. Well, it's certainly an impressive ship. We only did defeat it, but managed to bring it back for more or less than one piece. Hopefully this will teach them the folly of testing our might on the oceans of the world. The Croatian flag shall fly proudly over it. Živio. Živio. Got them all. Alrighty. Now land here. Actually, transport fleets stay back. Because you need to go pick up these guys when you're done. See that free merchant thing? Gone. Look at that, they're back. More local recruiting. Our decision to ensure that local privileges will be honored has meant that the peasants are keen to defend their villages. This in turn added the benefit of people using less resentful about serving our military. We are pleased. Here we go again. Again. I think that's enough. Unless you want to take that last fort, then be my guest. This needs a little more artillery. In fact, I didn't realize that we made the guy who's into siege is the army with a lot of artillery. While a few would dispute their influence on the steppes, the Cossacks have many things working against them when it comes to gaining influence in the halls of power. They despise them. They would see them brought all worked as serfs under latifundia, and their manners have not brought them many friends in Zagreb. Lately, however, things have been going their way. They managed to defend their settlements, and their services to the state as raiders are indisputable. Okay. Hurry up and take that damn thing down. Because I'm ready to use that administrative power. Time to start the debate. Of course, we're a mercantilist intensive country. Or whatever. Reduce trade regulations for more trade efficiency and global trade power. 6 out of 22 support this, but let's not worry about that right now. Let's finish this war first, and we'll get to work on the debate of the Sabo. There. Right. Let's begin negotiations for Kilwa. We're only going to be taking areas that has coastal centers of trade. Nothing more. Obviously, the first thing would be Zanzibar. That's the real goal of this war, anyhow. Pate, Malindi. They're well-developed territories. That's why they're increasing so dang much. Kilwa. Damn, that's a lot. I'm starting to think that what's the Kilwan War score towards us? 90. Needs a little more. Occupy a few more. And of course, unoccupy that one. So we're continuing the conflict a little longer, just a little bit. Leave nothing to chance. Sink the rest of the ships. There's still any out there. To make them pay. There. Get up there. It's curtains for them. Guess we won't be going home by Christmas. Just occupy the last two, then we'll begin negotiations. Conflicts and protests over taxes, landlord cruelty, expropriation, serfdom, and custom policies become quite frequent. If we don't manage to solve the problem soon, the consequences for our nation's stability could be dire. We'll try to improve their situation. We have all the money in the world. About to spend this. Sail around. Let's begin your departure. Come on, let's get out of here. It's over now. 100%. Utterly defeated. Head back to the negotiation table, so... Yes, it's apparently too much. So we can't take it all. Just only areas that are relevant to the company, including areas that would be connected. So, apparently you aren't taking very well developed territory, except Zanzibar, for whatever reason. There's value in that. Do you really need more gold? But it's well developed. Taking more developed territories is good for you. Now, if I were to ask them the same way, like say, Zanzibar, Kilwa, Pate. Actually, you can take one more. Okay, that's better. That's what I want from them. Another center of trade. More gold. Depending on development, of course. Similar. Because, look, to be honest, I never really wanted to take their territory. I kind of used them as an excuse to fight against them. Okay, give me Lava 2. Anything else? And there was Zanzibar and all that. Actually, there's this land here. Because that area there is, what is this called? Zambesi's area. That adds more trade power than you would typically from an entrepot. So this is natural. And plus, this has ivory. So forget about Madagascar. Too many slaves over there. Even though we can get rid of that. Because we abolished slavery a couple of years ago. So, it's official then. Kilwa, Zanzibar, Kilwa, Salava, Malindi, and Pate to Croatia, to the company. Cheers. 2 ducats, that's it? Okay. Not too severe overextension, because the impact has lessened. So you all have to march back to friendly territory in Antimoro. But for the company, we never really wanted to take that territory for ourselves. It's not worth it. I mean, yeah, it's good ivory, but we can get ivory from other places. And plus, these are some well-developed territories. That's rather desirable. And as the last act for this episode, assign all these provinces to the company. As we already have the trade power way up, but it's going to increase, and we will soon get, you know, all this. So it'll be done in 3 years' time, obviously. That's how long it usually takes when it's outside of Europe. And of course, you gotta deal with separatism in a couple other areas. Especially Kilwa. And, of course, you are about to get rid of slavery then. It can now be produced there, just to add even more trade power. But let's not waste any more time, because in the next episode, well, Croatian Central Africa and Croatian, got a minute, farm there. So we got more room. So now we dominate the trade here, and quite possibly, we're all gonna go home together. Go home to Croatia. And perhaps maybe interfere in European affairs. Let's go bother someone else. Because this is the last very valuable trade node that we've acquired. I mean, it may not look like it now, because we just took the areas that was once good for them. But hey, we can make it a world port again, if you wish. As it was before. But still, we hope you people enjoyed this episode. Next episode, we're going to make company investments in the... What's the Croatian company called? The Croatian East Africa Company. And we will get a new merchant soon after. So we hope you people enjoyed this episode. Until the next one, so long for now.